Yo, 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 what's happening? It's your boy, Big Shug. Yeah, you know what it is, the 96 cast. So, today I want to talk about something important. I don't know if you've been, really paying attention to the news or everything, but the way they treating young boy is crazy, man. That is real crazy. 64 charges and shit is looking like my man's gonna beat him. I'm not really understanding how the feds, moving like that. If you know the feds, then this is nothing more than a setup. And if you know me, I don't play the victimized black man card too much because we up, we up next. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna talk about that today. And my boy, excitement to be free. When that boy drop, he's about to come with 126 mixtapes, 96 albums, and what two extended plays. So let's see what DJ Academics got to say about it first, and then we gonna move over into more conversation. So let's get to it.
They got me feeling like I'm academics.
I didn't notice on my main page. Okay, so if you do look at DJ Academics, type in DJ Academics. No, okay, just go to my main page. Okay, you're gonna see a song that popped up on there. Okay, it's called "Tears of War" from NBA YoungBoy, and for the people who are YoungBoy fans, I spoke with YoungBoy. I want to let you know he's in very good spirits. Way better spirits than I thought he would be in. And I guess this is the first topic, I guess, in terms of explaining how I got the song. Spoke with him. He's in good spirits. I'm over here like, bro, are you good? Like, dog, yo, this shit looks fucked up. Like, bro, I don't know what's going to happen. Are you okay? Like, bro, because, the last time I seen him was on house arrest. I'm like, I'm like, damn, we were supposed to get back up, but we didn't get back up, and now he's locked up. I mean, so act, no, it's all good. And he did say one thing that was important to me, and I hope he means it, right? I hope he.
Yo, so if you know, my boy has been locked up bored, you know what I'm saying? That nigga, he introduced me to that goddamn snack cake ice cream shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? My boy, he been in a bad place emotionally. That lockup ain't good. Dude, bro is like 22, 23. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get back to this money and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I know this shit has really been rough on him. So, come on, let's get back to it.
He means it. And I hope he's not taking it for granted or saying it because he's in the position he's in. He said, act. He said, it's all good, man. He said, this is going to be the last time I'm in here. And I respect that, and I'm hoping that's his mentality, right? It's a very humbling, situation where you go from living in a $7 million mansion with all the amenities at your disposal to now being in county jail, right? So I hope that is going to be his attitude, and I hope that's what's going to happen. Now, he did.
Speaking of that too, a lot of people don't know this. Bro, it got really, really, really sick sitting in that house like that. So I don't know if a lot of people know that. Like, it ain't just I'm trying to be free to be on niggatry. Like, bro, that shit sitting there is like literally physically making bro sick. Like, but
Did say, hey, listen, hey, he said, yo, Ack, I got an album coming, shit's going up. He said, I want you to do me a favor though. I got a song. It's the last song I recorded before they raided my house and got me. I want you to drop it. This was that song. When I dropped it, I spoke to him probably about 30 minutes before. So it was real quick. For all the YoungBoy fans, what he told me, he might release some more records through me. Okay, I'm a conduit as someone who I've considered a friend. We've had our ups and downs. I told you that trip, I went to Utah, no content come out of it. We filmed shit, but I don't care to put it out because I want it to be something we're both comfortable with putting out. It was more about fixing that relationship and fixing what we really believe was a friendship. So, yeah, I'm very happy to help him out. So, if he drops more music, he'll let me know. Okay. And, I'm always, when people talk about my relationship with rappers, I don't care about the interview as much as other people do. I don't care about some of the other tangible things that people think about in media. Having good relationship with someone, you know, that they trust you to say, hey, I'm in a position where it's hard for me to get.
And just in case that didn't go through properly, I'm working on my hotkeys. DJ Academics really do not care about interviews. The last time I actually seen him care about an interview was in like 2013, where Joe Budden and Amigos was about to scrap. So, you know,
The message or get my voice to be heard, could you use your platform and use your voice to speak for me? I'll talk through you. So salute to Young Boy, and you know, I'll definitely keep you guys updated with whatever he's going on with, and music that's coming. Okay, album is coming. Album is coming. Okay, definitely. So more music coming, but the album is coming, and he might drop a few more things to me. We'll see. All right. Shout out to Young Boy. By the way, if you listen to the record, you know what's kind of odd? So if we actually go to the lyrics of the record, NBA Youngboy, Tears of Joy. No, not Joy. Tears of War. By the way, it's a sample or a remix of Rick Ross's Tears of Joy record, which is a classic record. I think that was on Teflon Don. Tears of War. Yeah, if you go to the lyrics here.
That's my song with my lyrics on Apple Music streaming. And I did it with DistroKid.
You'll
hey, real quick, if you got some shit to talk about me having ads on my YouTube, go fuck yourself.
see he said some shit that was kind of like shocking to me. He's like, yo, I won't argue because I know that soon I'll probably be slaughtered. He says, biggest snake from out of Florida. I ain't never record her. Knew that Stunner never loved me. Should have listened to Carter. Now, Stunner obviously is Birdman. And him saying should have listened to Carter seemingly hints to him listening to Dwayne Carter, which is Lil Wayne. Obviously, Lil Wayne and Birdman went through their public rift. And obviously, they're supposedly cool now, but I'm not too sure if Wayne is just still all the way under Birdman and just still moving as father son. I think it's more mutual respect, and maybe, you know, Wayne has kind of just left the nest. So we'll see. And also, it's kind of like, he says should have listened to Carter. I don't know if Lil Wayne warned him about something with Birdman. If you guys didn't watch my...
So, speaking of that, so I don't know if you, well, anybody watching this knew this, but I'm Shug Music 414. So obviously, you know, from the handle, I did music at a certain point in time. Top was a good friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? And one thing that I used to do is I try not to get in interview mode and keep berating people with questions. But one question I asked was about a very specific song. I'm not going to bring it up, but when I asked him about this song, you know, I'm thinking I'm going to get some kind of geeked up answer, you know, turned up answer. But Broke talk from the heart. He was like, no, that was a real bad place for me. You know, I really don't like to hear that song either. I know I'll be hearing you play it and rapping and shit. I know you like it, but I really don't. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to hear bro open up like that, like, you know, bro is deeper than just the street shit. Like, you know, if you get a chance to speak with him, like, really speak with him, bro is smart as hell. So, back to the video.
Interview with Adam 22. One of the interviews that I did with Birdman, and subsequently YB was part of it, Youngboy was at one point, so this is, you know, like, I'm going to give you some tea here, so for the people who care, might be interested or new information for you. Allegedly, Youngboy made last year $100 million. Like, so if you ask my man OG3, right, which is a guy, when I was there, he was like, yo, we call him 100 mil out the garage. So basically in 2023, I think that's last year, he made $100 million just making videos in his garage, which is kind of like astonishing. Now you might think that's crazy, might think that's wild. From what I hear, and this is not from them, but this is from my breakdown, how does somebody make $100 million on house arrest? Here's a breakdown. Apparently, he sold part of the catalog that he owned for about like 30, 35 million. He signed another contract worth about 30 to 40 million with Capital, and then a lot of he did a few other deals. I won't talk about those. And then there was royalty also from his from his recordings that he already had. And you know, he's been a profitable artist because he's one of those people, despite the fact that he's one of the biggest artists in the game, he doesn't have really much of a overhead, right? So apparently it was $100 million year for him. Crazy, right? Now, this is why I tell you that. I tell you guys that because I did a few interviews with Birdman, but it was more at the direction and the behest of Youngboy. So Youngboy came to me at a point and he said, "Yo, Ak," and it's water under the bridge now. So I guess I also said it on a podcast so I could talk about it a little bit more. He came to me at a point and like he was super happy. He said, "Yo, Ak, check this out." And I've never seen this happy. He was just like, this is when he just got off Atlantic. He said, "Ak, I just signed to Birdman." He told me this. He said, "Yo, I want you to do me a favor. I'm in Utah. I can't go nowhere. I can't do shit." This is very early in his house arrest. He's like, "Yo, I want you and Birdman to make this announcement. I want it to be big. It should be like a press conference." Me, him, Birdman, we get on the phone. We kind of plan it. And, we did a few, things to kind of get it done. Along the way, I guess and I don't know the full situation with him, but I think at maybe the last minute, he didn't sign with Birdman, right? So he was supposed to be under Cash Money. One of the interviews I have is Birdman literally welcoming him to Cash Money, even saying things to the fact that, because I'm calling him, Phil Jackson. I said, "Bro, Phil Jackson had the Jordan era and then he had the Kobe and Shaq era. Like, you're a great coach, a great executive when you have eras of the greatest players on your roster." That's why Cash Money is like one of the greatest labels. And, he's kind of comparing them, and he's almost kind of comparing the Juvies, and he's comparing, like he diminished with him and Manny Fresh. It was like, nah, I don't really like rap like that, whatever. But he's like, "Yo, shit with Juvie, and that was amazing. The Hot Boys and Wayne, crazy. Drake, crazy. But this Youngboy shit is fucking phenomenal. The youngest, nobody's ever been this young, this dominant. He's gonna be the guy." And I was expecting that to happen for whatever reason. And I'm not trying to get too much in their business, but looks like at the last minute, Capital came in. Now I don't know if young Birdman's a part of the deal. He might be, but the imprint isn't Cash Money. The imprint is Capital Records. So he signs to Capital instead of Cash Money. Subsequently, why those interviews ever came out, I could have cut the parts out where they're talking about him coming there, but nah, I didn't want to fuck it up. Regardless, these two were inseparable. Multiple times I've talked to both. Usually when I talk to Birdman's such a boss, a guy who's made $1 billion or his label has grossed $1 billion. He always, like a great executive, he didn't want to tell the artist what to do. He's always be like, all right, let me run it by top. You know what I mean? That's a great executive. No matter if you're really the boss, you got to make the artist feel like the boss, right? Because you don't want to piss them off. And I always thought they were great, amazing. So I don't know where that line came from. That line was kind of like odd to me. Didn't really ask him about it, obviously, recently, but maybe we'll hear more. Or maybe it wasn't that serious. I think we've seen Youngboy say stuff on record, and one of the reasons I do like his music a lot is that when you hear a song, it's a cross-section of his mindset at the moment. He ain't saying he ain't never gonna fuck with niggas again. He's just saying what he feels at that moment is then. He's this Yaya on the record, but then he bigged her up. So again, you have to realize that Youngboy, he's kind of being very just honest with music. He uses it as therapy. Everybody should know that, right? Okay, cool. So anyway, I don't know too much exactly about what happened there with the Birdman and Youngboy thing, but definitely, I guess we'll find out a later date. All right. Anyway, if new music is to come, he'll let me know, and we'll go on with that. All right. Let's get past that. Let's get into some other stuff. People. If you guys are just joining in, I apologize for I wasn't around for about like a week. Kind of give an explanation already. You guys can rewind and go watch that. But we're expected to be streaming for the majority of the rest of the month, and part of Drake's career and
There we go. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I respect. You know, I really didn't like academics when I did music, and you know, at the start of the Kendrick and Drake beef. But you know, at some point during it, if I'm not mistaken, guys, was it Meet the Grams or was it Euphoria? Because I hadn't listened to Kendrick Lamar prior to this, so I didn't understand. Uh, yeah, Euphoria, and you know, it really made me, you know, become fascinated with the complexity and versatility of his both his flow and the way he composes his music, like the way it's put together, along with the intelligence that goes into the entendres and the tonage, because you know the change of tone has meaning. Like, you know, I love music, so you know, for somebody to take that much time to put that much detail, it's like watching an anime, and you can tell when the artist and the directors and everybody took their time to make sure that this was a masterpiece. So, but during that time, you know, even academics had to break his stand character, and you know, even went on the interview and said, "No, you know, you got fuckboy behavior." He had to figure out why nobody was defending him and things like that, and he really showed his true character and how much he does respect music, you know, on a serious note, not just on a biased note. So, you know, I really respected that. I sent him a message, you know, I don't know if he heard it or not, but you know, I had to let him know, you know, man to man, I respect that dude, because it takes a lot to say your hero can bleed. If I can, if that is a good dictation of what I mean. So, back to it. I know Top excited to be free. You know the one thing he wanted the most. You know, and he used to say it all day. Like, shit, I don't even want to. I ain't gonna get into no trouble when when I'm able to leave. You know, so I feel like if they give him a chance, there's less of a chance he really gonna, you know what I'm saying, get into trouble. You know, a lot of people can't detach from uh, from the entity known as NBA YoungBoy and the person Kentrell. So
Can't separate the name from the character.
yeah, and the image. So you know, a lot of people have a problem of sorts to, you know, taking him serious on that level. But you know, if you could speak to him, you could actually hear the sincerity inside of what he's saying, and what he actually wants out of his music, out of his life, you know, things of that nature. But you know, some people might understand, some people might not, and that's fine, because everybody's welcome to their opinions. So, okay, you know, this is one of my more exciting parts. Everybody familiar with Trapland Pat, right? You know, this new artist, I'm believing out of Florida. He's got that Zoe look, the wick dreads, and you know, shit like that. And man, he's dropping some fire. I cannot lie to you. Oops. Obviously, I can't play the songs without, you know, getting copyrighted. But recommendations, man. This what I made today. This shit had me just bouncing. Just, you know, he's got this nice flow. You know, it's still a bit surface level, so you know, but if it makes you dance, it's a nice, as academics puts it, it's a nice bop. So shit, you know, I recommend that if you can, you check it out. If you've already heard it, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about it. And speaking of this down south area, man, R.I.P. to the 1017 artist Enchantis, I believe her artist name was, that just passed away. I'm not sure why children keep signing with 1017 and Gucci, man, but it just does not seem that there is bad energy around that man and that company, man. So, you know, even Waka Flocka mom came out and said that's why they left. It's just strange things going on at 1017 when in reality it's just, I believe it's the insurance policy that they sign, and, you know, he gets more money from these kids, they jailed and dead, than he does if they're alive and making music. So, you know, um, it's that. And then we've got, well, I was going to discuss the Glorilla and Nicki Minaj beef, but that's a bit old. You know, my only thing is, it's strange to see a nearly 50-year-old woman have an issue with every last person she encounters. I don't know if anybody who knows her can see this, but man, you need to tell her she's the problem. It is clear as fucking day that she's the problem. I mean, there's not one person who can say, you know, I have a good repertoire with Nicki Minaj, and it has continued on for the most part. And like, no, it's like one day they're friends, and the next day, boom, she's shitting on them. So I can understand Glorilla's frustration entirely. So if you can't, you need to understand that some shitty people out here, some incredibly shitty people out here. And if you make music, you're an up and coming artist, you need to be careful who you with, because as fast as that lady can take your career up, I don't know if you notice, her stance can bring your shit crashing down. And if you ain't got that dog in you, your shit's gonna come crashing down. And as we see, it's us few females who's got that, who actually have that dog in them. You know, Cardi B, who is that Lotto, you know, what, JT, was it, guys? Yeah, JT. You know, luckily they come from that certain place to be able to, nah, bitch, you're not gonna do me like that, because Sookie? Oh yeah, you know, I love me some Sookie. You know, I hate when those people, you know, do Sookie like that. It's clear that, you know, Sookie's not the most intelligent, but that well, doesn't have the most intelligence, or not the most intelligent, but it's kind of shitty the way that they treat her and the industry allows her to be done, you know. Especially with the Bobby Altrice or Altrose, whatever the girl's name is, interview where she called her a musician and she thought she was speaking on a magician doing magic tricks, and you know, she's like, I'm an artist, I'm not a fucking musician. And so when in reality, I believe it was she was really trying to let people know, like, you know, I'm an entertainer, I'm not a musician. So, but it just, the way it was narrated, it just did not reflect well on Sookie Hunter. So, you know, you just got to be careful who you reaching out to and who you're willing to sit down and talk with and everything like that, because most people don't have your best interests at heart. You know, I know this, shit, fuck them, I'll speak on it, you know. But T Grizzly did me the same way, scammed me out of about $2,500. And, you know, that shit just sat in a hateful place for a really long time. It's not the reason I stopped doing music, but, you know, it's one of the variables that just made me say, nah, this is probably not for me, you know. So, and then, these two fucking guys, dude. You know, Miles and Kai Cenat. I guess, you know, Miles diss Kai Cenat. I'm pretty sure we could play the real. Hopefully we don't get a copyright. Oh shit, sorry about that. 1 second.
Hey, yeah, you know I do it big. Man, I do it big like Heist in that head. Damn. Fire your fucking barber. Damn. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Fire your barber. If your barber really was your friend, that nigga hating on you. Fire your barber, fire your barber, fire your barber, fire your barber. It looked like he cut your hair with some apple cider. Hey, it looked like he cut your hair with a Buzz Lightyear action figure.
That's not funny, bro. Bro, just cut the shit, nigga. There's no funny, nigga.
So, you know, those two have that going on, but I actually want to see how this is. Will Kaisenat get on the mic and diss Miles back? Will Miles troll his way to the top of the rap game? I mean, his fucking kid is coming out with 817,000 subscribers. And I'm proud of him, same with Certified Trapper. Shit, young, getting it, you just got to keep going, man. That's it, shit. Fuck everything else. Just got to remember that. Make sure you keep yourself around the right people. But other than that, we going to go ahead and cut it early. We just want to go ahead and tap in a little bit. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe and follow. And also, if you haven't, make sure you go view Couch Talk. I've got my host, Big Scooby Doo 23. We getting down to the grits, down to the meat. We talking whatever the hell you want to hear. So make sure you go check us out. Other than that, peace. Shout out to Fredo TV, man. All right.